interested in revealing the Korean court process and getting the truth out there, both to Korea, Americans, everybody, and making sure he serves the time that he should serve and he's punished appropriately. So here's my judgment. Somali was proven wrong when he said, I promise you I won't spend one day in jail.
I know for a fact I'm not going to go to jail. Not one day in jail.
I'm going to show you guys how far I can push the boundaries, and I'm going to show you that the Korean government is not going to do anything to me. The Korean legal system.
See, this is the mind. This is the mind of people that are outside of developed countries. This is the mind of a person who has, like, if you bring enough people like this into a developed Western country, they will destroy the country. They will totally destroy the country. And the reason why is because they view tolerance as weakness. They view understanding as inability. They view a lack of action as a lack of confidence. And whenever they're treated lightly and, you know, it's like, okay, well, we understand, that works really well in a place like Japan. It works really well in a place like, you know, maybe Vermont or Norway. But it doesn't work whenever you bring people like this into the country. They turn everything into shit. That's what they do. This mentality destroys cultures, it destroys cities, and it will destroy an entire country. Every country where this is the dominant mentality is an absolute abject, poverty-ridden shithole.
Is not as strong as people think and perceive it to be.
That it makes me very, very happy.
See? Exactly. It's exactly the words I used. You got to understand where these people's heads are at. You do. You got to, once you understand he was born in the U.S., though, this isn't a nationality thing. It's not a racial thing. There are white people that do this. There's black people that don't do this. It's a mentality. The mentality is the problem. I think there's cultures that have this mentality way more, and there's certain countries where this culture is prevalent, and they're even worse. But the more people you have in your country, and that are in your country that are like this, the worse your country is. It's that simple.
Happy that Somali was once again proven wrong on that. However, objectively, 6 months and 20 days is a light sentence. Yeah. At least 2 years would have been appropriate, particularly given the prosecution's recommendation of 3 years. Yeah. That would have been a compromise where they didn't get the full 3 years, but they also didn't get a small amount. 6 months is too light. Yeah, and because of that, we strongly encourage the prosecution to appeal, and we will be, along with the Somali conviction team, myself, encouraging the prosecutors to appeal. We also have the CHS, child sexual harassment charges, that are still floating out there in the Eastern District. We're going to be encouraging that district to bring those charges, because those charges can be brought while Somali is in jail, and that could result in him being in Korea for an even longer time. But I want to know what you guys think about this final judgment about 6 months, 20 days in jail, and the 5 years of offender status. Do you think that's long enough? Do you think he needs more? And what do you think about the entire process? Until next time,
I'm happy.
Bye.
Look,
but I want to remind everybody that the Cabbage plushies are now live. So if you want to get one of these Cabbage plushies, if you like my coverage of the Ramsey Khalid Ismail Johnny Somali case, you can get one of those in the link below. That's pinned in the comments and in the description. Thank you.
Wow. That's a nice little plushie. I have a lot of plushies. I like plushies. This is probably the, you know, if I was trying to apply for asylum in Britain, that's probably one of the things that I'd say. You know, like, well, look how many plushies I have. Of course I'm gay. So anyway, I wish it was longer. I do. I think 6 months is a great amount. It's awesome. I'm happy. But think about how much greater and how much awesomer it would be if it was like 3 years, if it was like 5 years, right? That would be way better, because I think 6 months isn't enough for, like, people hear that, and it's like multiple years. Like, because the goal of this, and I'll link the video, give it a like. I watch Andrew's videos all the time, Legal Mindset. He's great. And, you know, my opinion is like it should always be worse, right? I always want things to be worse for people like this. I always want it to be more extreme. I always want it to be like I want it to be like performatively punitive. I want it to be like, we're going to do this to you. We know it's not fair. That's why we're going to do it to you. Like, that's what I want to see, bro. Like, I want to see it locked in. I want to see people like this made an example out of. Like, that's the way I see it, right? That's what I want to see happen. 5 years of camera in his cell. Yeah, send a message. Because it's about sending a message. Protect the rest of the people from dealing with this bullshit. Asian Andy deals with a squatter in his sister's house. Okay.
She's been a problem everywhere she goes. This is like the second, third time
Okay, great.
So right now, you need to reactivate it. I will crucify you. Yeah. Do you want me to take your pill and unsure?
Don't be violent. Please don't be violent.
What
the fuck? Hey, oh, my feet! Oh, my feet! Oh, my feet! My feet!
There he is. Hey, guys.
Love you.
I'm autistic.
I'm gonna need some context for this.
Anyways, I'm gonna clear off the table.
Yeah, no problem. We're just gonna chill watching TV.
Wait.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah.
Is there no? There's no exposition of this? So basically, this crazy lady moved into a squatter in his sister's house. So this is just like some random lady that moved in? How the fuck does that even happen? Just watch it? Okay, I'm just gonna watch it. The pinned comment.
I'm gonna clear off the table.
Okay, all right, so there is a pinned comment explaining it. Hey guys, to address the questions, she was an Airbnb guest and booked 28 days and made up some fake stuff saying that she was allowed longer than 30 days so she can get squatters' rights, and then she pretended to be a tenant to the cops and they couldn't do anything. She's been squatting since the 1990s and she knows what she's doing. She's gone to court tons and tons of times and has a track record of just wasting people's, police's, and the court's time. Her plan was to try to stay here and drag it out in court and just have a place to stay for a bit and to destroy. All right, now we have the exposition.
No problem. We're just gonna chill watching TV.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll bring any psycho in here.
Text from Mom. Is that ugly bitch still there? Golly, honey. I know you're fat, but you don't need to stoop that big. Love you.
Oh my God.
I'm autistic.
I'm autistic. Oh, yeah.
Okay, enjoy.
I think she has less teeth than I do.
It'd be real nice to listen to some music right now.
Uh-oh. Oh, there she is.
What's the video for? Are you making a movie? We're gonna be on TV.
Yeah, you sure are.
The awkward thing is there's one squatter and there's one not squatter, and I feel really bad for the girl that's not squatting. She's a really nice Asian girl. Really fun hair. It's really tough situation.
No, bitch. Damn. There it is. There it is. Media shares speaker. He moves it closer to her room. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I love how she's trying to. Look at her face, bro. She's trying to act like she's having a good time. Oh, no, bro. Bro, this is the personification of when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force. And the fact that there's 4 parts of this is so fucking amazing. Yeah. Huh? Uh-huh. Yeah, turn it down. It's down. Yeah. She doesn't know that it's on the other speaker.
It's at 4.
It's at 4. Yeah. Is she so fucking retarded that she doesn't know that it's not coming from the TV? She doesn't even know that it's not coming from the TV. Oh my god.
I don't know.
This is so good.
I think it's his. I'm watching the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, the TV spot. Yeah, that.
That's, oh yeah.
Look. I think he has. Yeah, I think he has a hearing thing. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm watching the TV though.
Can't be that loud. Yeah, it can be. It absolutely can be. She's hoping somebody else complains instead.
I don't know if you want to. Do you pay off your neighbors? No, we've been all neighbors since we've been children.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. My freaking next door neighbor used to be my duty teacher.
Yep.
And the person that owned the house before that.
Yeah, they're probably on his side.
We were childhood friends with.
Yep.
And, you know, my brother would tutor math. Tree high. I smoked a blunt before this blunt. So I basically smoked third blunt. And I brought 5 more. I pre-grounded like half an ounce of weed.
God damn. Uh-oh.
I gotta make sure.
Jeez.
It's real. Jesus.
Oh, God.
It's not worth it. My ears really fucked up.
Oh, man.
This might be some of the greatest content I've ever done in my life. This could be legacy.
I remember I met this guy. It was at DreamHack Austin. And DreamHack Austin 2018 Ice Poseidon RV trip, cameramanned by yours truly, Mizkif. And I met Mizkif for the first time. I think I met Ice for the first time. I met Asian Andy for the first time. And I met Chad, Anything for Views, from his podcast. He does that. He still does that now. And Cold Ones, I think. I met all of them that day. What a day. What a fucking day. That's crazy. It's so fucking crazy.
I love this 10 p.m. voice noise complaints. Yeah. We don't deal with the cops. I'll get out of here. Yeah. Look what she did in my sister's new house.
Damn. Oh, bro, like, god damn. What the fuck is this bitch trying to do?
Terrible. I know how blunt, but you know, I mean, I was,
damn.
You know what I'm saying.
Oh. You can see she's starting to get mad. Annoying? It's annoying, really. That's crazy. Why doesn't he just... Yeah, this video, I want to let you guys know that if this video was recorded in Texas, it would have been about 15 seconds long. Yeah. Well, I think they're in California, so it's different. Yeah, it's PvP server, yep.
Alright, so team, Daddy needs a favor from you, okay? I need you to bark really loud for Daddy, okay? Before you get this. So see, speak. So say, speak! Speak! Yes, good girl. Speak! 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 Speak!
Oh,
great. Speak!
Winding her up. There you go. I think we should what?
Open the door and the windows because the smell is like really overwhelming.
And then they just immediately go and close the door.
Yeah.
It smells good.
Wow.
So she's even I thought she didn't. She's insane though. She is. No, the thing is, like, people like this, I have no sympathy for him. Like, yeah, he's out playing her. Yeah, no, it's like, this is fucking fun. Is she getting high now? Yeah, I guess so. She's trying to be hard-headed? No, I don't think she's trying to be hard-headed. I think she's hard-headed. Like, somebody that does this for 30 years, this is a professional retard. Like, we're not dealing with an amateur here. Like, this is somebody who has dedicated their life to being a sand spur. You know, they've dedicated their life to being an inconvenience. It's just what they do. All right. Yeah, people like this are parasites. It's so fucking funny to see this happen, though. It really is. This is why I love Europe. If you were to try doing this, the reason why you had this law is because of like what happened in like 1837. This is like some super old law that they just never really modernized. It's from like the Wild West, right? When a cowboy goes out and he gets killed by Native Americans or by a buffalo, or, you know, he gets dysentery out on the plains and he dies, and then somebody moves into his stead. Well, then we had this law for those people, but like that was a long time ago, and so now we don't really need that. Oh, there it is.
Yo, guys, it's time. It's sorry, it's time. I see this.
Day 2. Squatter's door code deactivated.
Step outside.
Do you want me to take a drill and undo the locks? Because I will. Do you want me to take a drill and undo the locks on the other room? Because I will. Don't you dare lie.
Mary, calm down.
Don't you dare lie.
Mary, I don't know.
I will crucify you.
Mary.
Do you want me to take a drill and undo the locks?
Oh, God.
So right now, you need to reactivate it.
Yeah, so I don't know what that rate
through the
is. I don't know what's
21st.
legally binding. What.
Let also the homeowner know that she needs to find a way to secure, whether it be with a keypad or whether it be with a door lock where the key actually. So
I need two of them.
She would need to secure the doorways.
Yep.
Just for the moment temporarily. So as soon as they can do that, you guys, work out whatever civil matters.
I cannot live like this. Do you understand?
Whatever civil matters are between you and or the homeowner. And her. Let's just go through the contract. Finish it up.
Definitely.
And once she's ready to move, which will be pretty soon. You said within the next few days.
Not within the next few days.
So you're ready to move in the next few days. Well, I mean, not within the next few days. Yeah. This squatter crap is the most antiquated crap for sure. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Is that any time that something like this happens, like, I'm only mad at the government. Like, this person is just some retarded, borderline room temperature IQ, half-ape animal moron that's just basically the same level of intelligence of an orangutan. Like, are we really gonna act like... I'm not gonna get offended by this person because it's just a retard. I mean, like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not... What are we doing here? It's a Neanderthal. Yeah, exactly. And so you can't get mad about this. But it's the fact that you can't get them dragged out by the fucking cops that's the problem. Don't insult orangutan. That's true. There are plenty of orangutans that have better... I've seen an orangutan drive a car before. And it did a pretty good job, I'm going to be honest.
That's how it started. I paid through the 21st. So right now, you explain to me why it was deactivated on the 18th.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I need it by the end of the day today. Because if not, all of the locks are going to be drilled out by me. Every single lock. Do you understand?
So, yeah, if you can at least...
No, Stephen, sir, do you understand? Do you comprehend that every single lock will be taken off by me? And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Because the deputy sheriff... Let me give you the card, by the way. The deputy sheriff told me that I can remove every lock I want to because I'm the only long-term tenant here. They said they wouldn't stop me. They said it's not a crime for me to do it.
It's not a crime.
It's not a crime. Yeah, that's what they said. We are
Oh.
It's not a crime.
It's not a crime. Okay,
Imagine having laws like that.
Do you want me to go?
What's she complaining for? She's complaining because they changed the key code in order to get into the house. So now she can't get into the house.
Okay, then when you leave, I'm going to go fill out every single lock. Or you can...
Let me talk to him.
Okay. The bottom line is I need locks on my door. I need to secure
that's what I'm trying to get you today.
Are they not allowed to shoot her? No. That's the problem. That's the whole problem. You can't shoot them. It's California. So you just have to deal with it. This is so ridiculous. Yeah.
And then you have my card. Give me a call. But we're gonna go to the sidewalk.
So you have the right to your room and I have the right to my room, okay? Because we're both living here.
Airbnb here?
I'm not an Airbnb guest.
Okay, how long
We talked to this. I've been registered to live here since November of 2023.
Why was there Airbnb guests in and out of here?
Because I travel. So she will let people stay in certain rooms to fill out space. I'm just trying to live here. Can you limit? Because here's the problem with me. I don't have no problem. I have no problem with you and her. The only problem I have is I just need my lock to work. Yeah. This is okay. So the thing is, I need my lock to work. Yeah. I don't want you taking the batteries out of my lock. What do you mean? You can't take batteries out of my lock.
I slept last night.
I understand, but this is my lock.
She's not having
This is my interest. You have your own interest. So the thing is, I feel unsafe. I feel unsafe if their door is not locked here. What do you mean? You're the one. Okay, you're dealing this with. It's not with me.
I wish this was in
need to
Texas.
live peacefully. Thank you.
Why? It would only have one part to it.
It's my own house.
It wouldn't even be news.
Unlock the front door. I need to. I'm not coming through. I need to unlock my front door. It's my door. It's my door.
Squatters are not logical. It's actually dangerous to talk to them. Yeah.
What do you mean? You locking my door? You are not letting me into my own house. Okay, we're both tenants.
Let her drill holes in every lock and invite all the hobos in the area to share a room with her.
I need my door open, or I'm gonna call the cops. I need my door
Oh
open.
God, that's a good idea. Oh, he got in that. He got in the window. Ooh.
Touched it. I need to get in now, please.
Okay, last night. I don't want any more situations like last night. You understand?
Oh, because she was mad about the music.
You see how easy this works?
I don't know. I'm not involved in this.
No, it doesn't.
I just didn't get into my room. Don't talk to me like that, please.
No. Last night. I need to talk to you about last night.
Go ahead.
We can't have any more incidents like that.
What incident?
Okay.
What's the incident?
I have it on video. Do you want me to
Sure.
play it?
What happened?
I understand that you brought someone here who has special needs, and I have high functioning autism too.
She has high functioning autism. I would have never guessed.
Don't be violent.
Yeah, we know.
Don't be violent with me. Don't be violent with me. I'm scared of you, actually. Please don't be violent with me. Hey, hey, yo,
It's my house. Yo, off my feet! Off my feet! Off my feet! My feet! What the fuck? You just, oh my God, you sent your knee. On my feet.
Oh God.
Shit, my
Bro,
face.
can you imagine being a cop here and having to resolve this? Like, I would fucking hate my job so much. Because, like, you know it's retarded. Like, everybody that's involved knows this is totally fucking stupid, but the cop just has to sit there and watch it. He's getting called in again, and it's like, you could probably tell, like, I guarantee you that, like, by day 7 of this, LAPD is like, oh, it's from 304, you know, whatever the street is. All right, who wants to do it? And everybody's like, oh, fuck. Oh no. Yep, who wants to go?
Oh my God, my feet. Oh, my feet. Why did you slam through my foot?
Why did you put your bare foot in?
Whoa! Listen, I'm living here. Why did you fence me out of my own place I'm living in? Why did you do that? What? You hurt my foot. Why did you slam the door on my feet? I'm trying to get to my room. This is the only door access to my room. You have your own door. Please do not tamper with this door. Do not change the batteries of this door, please. I need to get in. I pay to live here too. We are on the same team here. We're both tenants. So you deal with
Fucking with him? Oh God.
I'm sorry?
I don't know.
Is he talking to the cops again?
Out here earlier this morning.
Tell me what happened.
So I live here now. I've been
Yeah?
living here since like May 20th.
Yeah.
And it started out as an Airbnb mostly because I was in the other place where I was supposed to be. Because the other place where I was formerly at was unpermitted. As you all, you
got evicted from the other place, I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that the biggest self-fucking report ever? That the cop knows who she is? Yeah, no, oh, we know you. Well, wait a minute. If she's been doing this for 30 years, the odds are he's not that old of a guy. She's probably been doing this for his whole career. Like, this is... Yes! Oh my God! Police station myth.
Hey, come here real quick.
After a member of the family was ordered to bring me new locks because I cannot see without locks.
Hold to your door. Okay.
But that's a civil issue.
No, listen to me, please.
Uh-oh.
Let me finish. After they were
Can you
ordered...
sit right here, man?
I can go in here.
That's good. That's good.
I'm gonna let him back in his room because he lives here.
That's good. You see, this is the thing. It's like I want you guys to understand. It's like most cops are not like Rambo, like this was smart because like you see this guy keeping them at a distance with two of the cops in between them. You see kind of how just like you know, that's smart, bro. That's smart.
But I obviously could not touch his batteries.
They don't want to have to file a report.
So she's saying that she
They don't
didn't
want to
do
have to
it?
show up to a police case for this. A court date.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Yep.
why did you take the batteries to the front door?
I didn't.
You didn't? Okay, where are they at?
Where are they?
In and out of there. There's a camera. You can see he goes in and out of there.
So if I check this Ring camera, it's not going to show that you did it?
No, it's not.
Because he's saying that you did.
I did not.
Okay, are there batteries to this Ring camera? I mean, I'm sorry, to this door?
There were.
Where are
Yeah,
they
there's
at
two
now?
batteries.
I don't know. There were.
Okay. So how do you plan on getting in then, if that's the case?
So the thing is, I was asking you if I can change the lock so I can have a key to it because she has her own door. I just need access to my room. This is her own door.
Okay. But the thing is, if you change this lock, now she's not going to have a key. So they're in the same.
Oh, but she can get in from the back door. She has her own entrance.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying. So her room has her own entrance.
Okay, cool.
Like, she can get into her room. I just can't get into mine.
Check this out. You have your own entrance, right? Okay. He's going to go to Home Depot. He's going to get a new lock. He already informed the owner of the house, and the owner said that that's fine, that he can get a new lock. If you lock him out again, you're going to go to jail.
I didn't lock him out.
That's what he's saying, okay?
What about the owner locking me out?
That is a civil issue. I don't know what to do with that. All I'm saying is that you
There
can
it
lock
is.
him out
There it
because
is.
it's not the owner of the house. The owner of the house, if they want to lock you out, I don't know what to tell you about that. That's
The owner lets it happen. No, the problem again, like these are like really antiquated laws that are from like again the 1800s. So like they can't get, and this has been a problem everywhere. Like I think it's either Texas or Florida, I forgot which one recently, whenever this became like an issue publicly, was like, yeah, we're just gonna delete that law. It's gone. And yeah, we just don't have that problem. That's it. If Florida banned it, yeah. Where it's like California, Spain's the same. There are issues where immigrants jump to premium villas. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens when you can't shoot them. You get problems.
Yeah, I want to take your statement.
Spain situation is real bad. Yeah, that's real bad.
Yes. Okay. So, all right. Tell me what happened. She forced me out, so I stopped.
California has too many squatters. Yep, New York. Yep.
Stop her, and she kept slamming. I told her my foot, and she kept slamming it.
How many times did you slam it?
Probably 5 times.
5 times?
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you need medical attention?
I'm gonna go to urgent care after this, but I want to report with you first, and then change my lock so I can
now you're going to go to urgent care. So you have medical.
Because like you know, like this dude knows what's. He knows what's going on. You know, like he yeah, he knows her. He knows this is happening. Yeah. It's not his first rodeo.
I'm not a medical doctor.
11 hours.
And you know what the worst part about this is it's probably not going to be his last. That's what I bet probably one of the worst things about being a cop is like every time you deal with one of these like really annoying people, you know that it won't be the last time.
You can do that as well. What's up, bro?
She's an actual menace and a waste of resources. She
I
is.
just don't want to get involved with her.
Absolutely, she is.
She got me involved.
Yep.
Ma'am, listen. You need to stop interrupting our investigation. If you want to report, that's fine.
I have footage of me climbing in the window. I put a camera in my room too.
Okay.
I love they got her sitting out on the
So you walked
driveway.
out of your room and came to the
door.
to the main door
Yeah.
to what?
And we
Like
had
a
this
garbage
agreement. I
can.
told her that she can't unlock me out. I don't care what's going on with you, the owner, but you can't lock me out because I need to get to my room. And then she pushed me out.
Ma'am, check this out.
The main lock.
No, it's probably seen the same dudes before. Yep,
You walk
absolutely.
around, main lock.
So what happens if he shoots her? Oh, he goes to
It's in the
jail.
Ring doorbell, so you can
This is a different law over there. You can't do that.
You interrupt our investigation one more
And
time.
unlock it. So when you came out, she came out of her bedroom,
Yes.
walked straight to the door.
See, like, if this was me, my strategy would be to wind her up and, like, aggro her enough to where she does something to where the cops can arrest her. That would be my strategy for this. Like the foot? Yeah, exactly. Right?
Because I need access to the door.
Okay, last night I called.
You have a QR code so you can scan it with your phone.
Alright?
Last night I called because he was in here making blasting so much noise.
So we're not counselors, man. We only handle criminal matters. We don't
I
handle
said noise. You don't have a noise ordinance?
No.
We don't.
She's been a problem.
It's just like, no, that's not our problem. No, we're gone.
Okay, great.
Ooh, wow. I love how he probably, like, I can very easily assume that his foot probably wasn't damaged that much, but he's just doing this all, but this is crazy.
We're gonna be live every day.
Yeah.
Until, you know, they're out.
You're not allowed to go back there. Do you understand?
Part 2.
Do not follow me back there. Are you autistic? You cannot follow simple directions. Do you have to call the police to explain them to you? To get them to explain it to you?
Oh my fucking God. I will watch one more and then I'm going to save the rest because I cannot do all of these in one day. But I will watch one more. This is absolute fucking cinema. I cannot express how fucking entertaining this is to me. It is amazing. This is premium. This is fucking incredible. Give this video a like. I'm so glad to see Asian Andy doing well. After, like, it's been 6 years, right? Since I met this dude. I knew he was streaming on Kick. This is awesome. It's boring. This is trashy shit. It absolutely is. That's why it's entertaining to me. I love it. She's not stupid. She knows what she's doing. No. Because, like, you can always out, like, a person like this is stupid.
Hello, guys and gals, me Mudahar, and ladies and gentlemen, you know, today is a good, actually last night was a great night. I went to bed, if I had stayed up maybe like, I don't know, fucking 20 minutes longer, I probably would have just been able to pop the champagne, light the cigar, and talk about how our good friend Johnny Somali has been sentenced to prison with hard labor. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about today. So I'm sure you probably have already heard about this, but I've been following the story for like over a year now, ever since it started breaking out. So for anybody that doesn't know, Johnny Somali is an internet IRL live streamer. He's a nuisance streamer. Basically goes around, makes an ass of himself, and you know, he's just that kind of guy. So he was out in a country known as South Korea, which is a lot of Asian countries are very strict. He's basically in front of a statue that honors comfort women, women that were abused, women that were taken away, women that were, you know, used against their will, again, during a very tumultuous time in Korea. Now, obviously, if you go to a country like that, you probably should pay fucking respect, not even just out of being nice, but literally because of the history attached to it. Our friend Johnny over here is making a complete ass of himself, showing his full American ass dancing in front of me. Yeah, it was this kind of stuff that didn't really bode well. Of course, Johnny was also a complete and utter douchebag. For instance, he goes to a convenience store, decides that, you know, I'm not just going to pour myself this beverage, I'm not even just going to eat my noodles, but I'm also going to harass the store owner and the people around me. And of course, if you notice that in his hand, that's a Bluetooth speaker. A lot of these IRL streamers will just get donations, or they'll just basically fucking have crazy shit playing inside. Now, Johnny was insane. Johnny didn't, however, play anything on the same levels of, like, Arabandy. Arabandy straight up played like a fucking bomb detonation sound in a fucking school, which probably not the smartest thing to do, but again, there's a whole litany of history with these fucking idiots. But anyways, you can see that Johnny's trying to intimidate this store owner over here. He's being a total douchebag. And of course, there's a whole bunch of other things as well, too. After Johnny got caught, obviously the government wasn't taking too kind to him, and Johnny, you know, could have been smart. He could have shut the fuck up instead of shutting the fuck up, which is a very great legal strategy, by the way. Just a great strategy in life. He decides to do shit where he brings out his MacBook and showcases AI-generated videos of him kissing another individual, right? Bong Bong. So you can see in a lot of cases, using an AI tool, he was able to make this individual kiss the other person. Now, again, if you haven't been following stuff in South Korea, one thing to understand is what's happening over here is a very illegal, very dangerous situation. South Korea has some of the most strictest laws when it comes to deep fake, stuff in general. People being forced to do things outside their consent, even in a digital fashion through digital AI tools, is a big no-no in the country. So again, with all of these charges stacked against Johnny, how did he do in the court of law? Well, it actually came out last night that Johnny did in fact get guilty on almost every single charge that got thrown in his way. So for instance, the prosecution actually, and to some people watching this might be kind of an L, but I'm actually going to explain to you why it really isn't. So the prosecution originally sought 3 years of hard labor. The court landed on 6 months with 20 additional days of detention. As part of his sentence, Ismail is barred for 5 years from working at institutions that serve minors or people with disabilities, and must register as a sex offender for the same period. So, you might be like, only 6 months? To give you an idea, 6 months with hard labor. It doesn't actually seem like a huge win, but in some ways it might actually be. We're going to get into the legal discussion in a bit too. But he'll also have no access to a cell phone while incarcerated, and basically for the duration of the time here, he's already kind of considered a flight risk. So he's pleaded guilty to several obstruction of business charges and minor offense act violations. However, like the deepfake stuff we talked about a few minutes ago, he refused to accept those charges. He was ultimately convicted on all counts, including those tied to AI-generated sexual content involving that female YouTuber. His mother submitted a separate petition to ask the court for mercy, which, I don't know, I guess the only person I really genuinely maybe feel bad about this in the story is, probably Bong Bong, simply because she was forced to kiss this fucking monster without his consent, even if it was completely digitally altered. And of course, honestly, his mom too. It's like, imagine getting fucking pregnant, raising this fucking idiot for like over 2 decades, and then him doing this kind of shit. Like, at that point, man, I mean, you've already just lost in life in every capacity. But ultimately speaking, obviously, he admits that his behavior was reckless. I mean, obviously, no shit. And of course, he said that growing up in the United States left him unaware of how serious South Korean law would treat actions he believed were not illegal at home. Now, of course, thankfully, the court did reject that framing in its ruling because, I grew up in North America my whole life, but it doesn't mean that if I'm going to go to a fucking country like South Korea, I'm going to start giving lap dances to the comfort women statues. I'm probably going to be respectful of I wouldn't be given a lap dance, period, okay? But yeah, Johnny, being the fucking idiot that he was, did dumb shit and basically got some real consequences. Now, looking into the actual, inmate treatment, if you go to South Korea's correctional facilities, you'll see that, for one, they're a very regimented country, right? This is not like prison in the United States of America where, it does vary, but, people generally just live in a fucking big-ass building, and it's almost like a culture within a culture. There's not so much like, hey, you wake up at 9 o'clock, you do this by the minute, that by the minute. From what I understand, Johnny's gonna hate how regimented South Korean prisons are because it's almost like analogous to how the fucking military operates in some cases. So when you think of prison labor, obviously there's a big difference between North Korean prison labor where you're absolutely gonna die of exhaustion and whatnot. South Korean prison labor might actually be fucking great for Johnny. Actually, this might be a great situation. Prison labor is part of the execution sentence. Inmates have the motivation to work and learn for stable social reintegration. They're gonna fucking make a human being out of this fucking idiot. So you can see over here that motherfuckers be welding. They be working with their hands. Sometimes they be gardening. Sometimes they're making good old furniture. But inmates are required to work 8 hours a day, so full job, improve productivity, and they are given business support funds when they work more than 8 hours a day. So you actually do fucking get overtime. I don't know if Johnny qualifies for that, but I think under South Korean law, they can't just fucking make you work entirely for free. Independent prison labor systems promote successful social reintegration and prevent recidivism by encouraging inmates to work hard and earn money for their after-prison life. Now, from what I understand, Johnny was dirt poor during this whole situation. Like, he ran out of money, obviously. He's not super intelligent, as one could imagine. So, look, I'm not even joking around. I'm not even being mean. I think this is a great situation for him. You know, people think that prison with labor is a bad idea, but I think this will make a man out of the guy. I think in 6 months, if he actually goes through with all this, he might end up coming out a better person. He might actually end up coming out somewhat rehabilitated. He might end up coming out with more abilities than just making an ass of yourself on the internet. Now, the thing about it is, obviously, you might be like, isn't 6 months too little? Like, everyone was talking about this in Korea. Like, it became a talk of the town. It stirred up huge controversy, and he had quite a fair bit of charges. Like, I was expecting, if those deepfake charges were going to be pressed on even more, Johnny could be in very, very serious trouble. Like, I talked about that. But he's got 6 months in prison. Now, I think maybe the judge kind of factored in that the guy already did like a year plus of time anyways. Maybe we can factor it. Maybe he looked at the fact that, you know, he was like a kid, relatively speaking. But you never really know what's going to go through a judge's head. Now, if Johnny is smart, Johnny is not going to appeal this, okay? He's not going to go to his lawyer and be like, yo, man, can you appeal it? Maybe we can get it down to 0. That... Johnny has kind of won, in my opinion, like a lottery. 6 months for what he's done is fucking nothing. Do your time, do some of your labor, make some scratch, get back to the United States. Any lawyer would tell him, just eat the fucking, you know what? Just take the L. Literally just take the L. You fucking won, just do your time, call it a day. Now, at the same time, there's also the 7-day period, I think 14 days, where South Korean prosecutors can also do an appeal. So this is where it gets really murky. Now, if Johnny's lucky, nothing's going to move up from here. But here's the thing. He has all the reason not to appeal because 6 months, honestly, is nothing. But the prosecution has every reason to effectively appeal the case because they were looking for 3 years. They only got 6 months. They wanted way more out of this situation than they ended up getting. So obviously, to think about it, it would make no reason for the actual, like, for the court to not appeal. And from what I understand, within 7 days, they just have to file, like, a letter of intent saying that they're going to appeal. Their actual, like, big argument can come down the pipeline. And when this happens, Johnny, first off, Johnny's, like, prison sentence, from what I understand, starts right now, literally as of yesterday. So he's already doing his 6 months of prison time, and then, of course, the 20 days that come after it. But if this gets appealed, obviously his stay in Korea is not going to be just those 6 months or in 20 days. It's going to be longer. Like, an appeal will make sure that, from what I understand, his stay could last anywhere from like 6 months to maybe a year. But then again, if he wins that appeal, from what I understand, they could even then further appeal that to like the Supreme Court, which, if that happens, and usually I don't think they'll even take a case like this, from what I've read, that would go from like a couple like months to years in just waiting for your actual like case to be heard at that point. But yeah, Johnny has basically found the consequences of his own actions. He is going to spend 6 months in a hard labor facility in South Korea. And honestly, it might actually be the best fucking thing for him. You know what I mean? Like, all things considered, it actually is kind of a win for him. It could have been a lot worse. But I think at the end of the day, look, in a world where influencers are doing dumb shit all the time, I think this is a good thing to see where at least it might be a deterrent for other people who think of coming to this country, or really any country, and making a complete fucking fool of themselves. You know, honestly, the internet live streaming space has become so spooky and degenerate lately that, you know, even cases where there's this guy called Clavicular, I haven't even really talked about him, I haven't really even heard about him. But I was looking at the other day that he was on like a live stream, and he just got like, he literally OD'd. And now he's in like hospitals and everything. So I'm just wondering what the fuck is going on in the live streaming space where people are faking predator catches. People are falsely accusing people of being predators. You've got people like Johnny who are now serving 6 months of hard prison labor. And in some cases, you got people just straight up abusing actual drug substances on the internet. You know, we're a long ways away from the older internet of like 2017, 2018, where the scandals were nicer and cleaner. Now they're just straight up completely fucking illegal and on the verge of what's going on in society. Anyways, though, ultimately, I'm not going to take away a victory here. I think it's good to see Johnny actually taking an L, and to see somebody do hard prison labor, somebody that deserves it like Johnny, is just good to see. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.
There is a cheat code floating around right now that science doesn't want you to know about. It's kind of a well-kept secret, but there is a word that can summon money. It's an ancient incantation that's starting to become a little more popularized, and basically any company that says this word gets a ton of money instantly for nothing. And that word isn't open sesame, it's AI. As long as a company says that word, for some reason, the most brain dead, insufferable fucking morons will pour endless amounts of money into it. Let me show you the most recent example, and I think quite a few of you have probably seen this because it's blowing up. Allbirds, or excuse me, what was formerly Allbirds and is now Newbird AI. Allbirds was previously a shoe company. It was once valued at $4 billion and then recently sold for $39 million. They crushed it. They really, they did it. That's big business, baby. And because this was a failing brand, they made a pivot, or they announced a pivot 2 days ago that they were going to become an AI-focused company. And the second they made that announcement, their stocks shot up 400% and have only continued to climb. And keep in mind, this is a company that has nothing. They fired like all of their employees from what I can tell. They got rid of all their shoes. They don't manufacture anything or have anything. And they haven't even begun with anything AI outside of an announcement saying, we're going to pivot to AI. So right now, people are golden showering them with tons of money off of just a thought. Literally the concept of an idea for this company, and they changed their name to Newbird AI. That is how out of control this fucking mass psychosis around AI is, where people just instantly throw all of their money, dump in their wallet at the computer screen just because a brand said the word AI. A brand which, by the way, is not successful. Again, they sold a $4 billion company for $39 million because it went straight into the shitter over the last, like, I don't even know how many years. You see the shoe company pivoting to AI and the stock jumped 800%. Allbird. I didn't look into that, but I kept seeing that pop up on tons of headlines. Basically, it was a complete failure of a shoe company, and then they made like this announcement that they're going all in on AI to get like a bunch of, I don't even know what it was, GPUs, and like selling computation power to AI services or something. And then all of a sudden everyone just pumped their stock. I don't know, I didn't look into it. But yeah, this felt like a very interesting thing. Allbirds shares soar on a very 2026 pivot to AI. Shares of Allbirds, the 2010s pioneer of trendy sneakers, I've never heard of them, and eco-conscious millennial marketing took flight in an almost comical fashion Wednesday morning after the company announced an extremely 2026 pivot, abandoning its environmental agenda and getting into the AI business. Literally every company on the planet. The stock, which had been in the gutter since November 2021, shot up more than 600%, closed at $14.50, up 582% from Tuesday's close. Catalyst came from Allbirds' announcement that the company, once valued at $4 billion, would soon reemerge as a new entity with a focus on AI. What? No one's ever done this! Oh, I see why everyone started pumping it. Wow, nobody's doing that. What the fuck? Can you do that? Oh my god. Wow. Essentially, it's going to buy and rent out computing power to tech startups? It's genius. Whoa. The shift comes just weeks after Allbirds sold its footwear assets and branding to American Exchange Group, which specializes in selling licensed fashion accessories with already existing recognizable brand names for just $39 million. Oh, I bet this company's gonna kill it in AI, though. They took a $4 billion business and sold it for $39 million. NFT bros are coming in their little trousers right now with those kind of returns. That's fucking business, baby. That's the kind of company that's going to be trailblazing in AI. Again, a highly underutilized market. No one's touching AI right now. They're bucking the trend. They're going where no brands dare to go. Into an AI pivot? Fuck! These guys are brave. These guys are so brave. Allbirds, which will be rechristened New Bird AI. Oh, God, that hurts. Eek. Yikes. Terrible name. New Bird AI. Ooh, more like No Bitches AI. Yikes. Said it executed a $50 million deal with an unnamed institutional investor to acquire high-performance GPU assets to begin transitioning into a fully integrated GPU as a service. Yes! Oh, I can't wait to hear who this unnamed investor is. Dead Parrot. Despite the stock's sudden surge, though, Allbirds remains a shell of its former self. Market value was shy of $150 million at Wednesday's closing bell. Worth underscoring, the sneakers to AI pivot is not exactly part of the standard corporate playbook, and the novelty may have amplified investors' early enthusiasm. Investors, these are just brainless drones, man. These are actual, just like, hype goblins seeking out any kind of quick pump and dump. Investors, my fucking left butt cheek. I might short this. I'm not like a big stock guy, but this feels like the easiest, safest short of all time. Am I crazy? I feel like everyone's doing that now, though, so it probably won't work. I imagine genuinely everyone is shorting this right now. This is just so baloney. This is just such barnacles. Still not as annoying as Crypto Bros, but it's damn close. I would say it's getting to Crypto Bro level. Like, very... Like, you're right, I think Crypto Bro's still more cringe, but this is, like, right there. Like, one little fucking pube away from that level of cringe. Because it's every company. Genuinely all of them. This is a failing shoe company that all of a sudden just said, okay, we're pulling the emergency lever, AI, and then they're just getting showered with money. Apparently, Allbird was a Kickstarter company that sold shoes made with recycled sugarcane and eucalyptus. Ironically, Time magazine even praised their shoes because it reduced carbon emissions. And now look at them, fully pivoting into AI, the antithesis of that. You'll love to see it. It's a feel-good story. The name may have changed, but the values are still there. Allbird lives on in New Bird AI. Saving the world. One grok bikini photo at a time. The shift is notable for another reason. Allbirds' low-profile, sustainable, wool-based shoes quickly became the Silicon Valley wardrobe staple when they launched in 2016. Arguably the peak of the lowercase L liberal do-gooder era of retail. What the hell is that? What the fuck is that? When marketers convinced upwardly mobile office workers that they could simply shop their way to low-carbon, zero-waste future they believed was in reach. Okay, that I remember. That's what they call it? I haven't heard that term. Allbirds were more than sneakers. They were political statements alerting wearers' status to fellow members of the coastal millennial techno-optimist tribe. Oh my god. What the fuck am I... This can't be real. This is so embarrassing. What? Yes, I consider myself something of a techno-optimist. You can tell by the shoes on my feet. You and I feel we'll get along. This narwhal does bacon at midnight, thanks for asking. Now, the go-to tech worker accessory has become the tech itself, and the tech itself is just the abstract promise of compute to power AI products that aren't exactly turning a profit yet. But any day now they will. That's the good thing about it. They're actually going to be spitting and shitting money. It's coming, and it's going to trickle down to the rest of us. It always does. That doesn't mean the new brand New Bird AI is doomed, but it does illustrate Silicon Valley and Wall Street's seeming willingness to reward any company that slaps the words artificial intelligence into its pitch decks. True. Very true. It's a virus. A genuine fucking virus. Underscoring just how much has changed since Allbirds' heyday, the new company also plans to abandon its foundational commitments to environmental conservation. What? I can't believe it. The AI company is now abandoning environmental conservation efforts? How? Why, I never. The company, which one touted sustainability in every step, was established as a certified B Corp, or a for-profit business with higher than usual standards for its social and environmental impact. But its new business is a notoriously energy-intensive process, so the company plans to ask shareholders next month to approve a charter amendment to remove references to the company being operated for the environmental conservation public benefit, according to the regulatory filing, which will be approved. No doubt. After seeing the stock pump, no doubt. To be sure, Allbirds' footwear business hadn't been going great lately. I certainly never heard of it. The company stumbled as it grew rapidly, opening dozens of stores across multiple continents, but failing to move enough inventory to make them profitable. Allbirds has gone from being a high flyer to a dead parrot. Yeah, I mean, they sold a $4 billion business for 39 mil. That's like phase stock. That's brutal. Genuinely brutal. The reason for the lack of traction was that Allbirds' sustainability pitch has never been a key consideration for most footwear consumers who are more concerned about style, price, and comfort. When in doubt, pivot. Allbird is hardly the first to do a full 180 to chase momentum around new tech. It's also not uncommon for such pivots to signify a bit of irrational exuberance in the market. Take one-time soft drink maker Long Island Iced Tea Corp, which capitalized on the crypto craze of 2017 to rebrand as a blockchain technology company, even renaming itself Long Blockchain. What? While the initial pivot sent the stock up 380%, it didn't quite work out in the long run. The Securities and Exchange Commission charged 3 people with insider trading, the company never became an operational player in blockchain tech, and its shares were delisted in 2021. I had no clue. I never even heard that. Well, that's positive historical data to pull from for new bird investors. It's looking good. The future's looking bright. Surely AI compute infrastructure won't go the way of crypto craze and NFTs. Wouldn't do that. Showing no signs of it. And as the tide has turned for crypto, several Bitcoin mining firms have restructured themselves to focus on AI infrastructure instead, but the extreme market reaction to Allbirds' move may be without precedent. Motivation behind the corporate pivot is sensible, the market reaction less so. A 6x or 7x move for a company that is literally ditching its prior business model for one in which it has no demonstrated expertise says quite a bit about a market froth and investor will